Welcome to the Leadership Catalyst PowerBites podcast, where leadership meets transformation. I'm your host, Philip Botha. In each episode, my guest brings their perspective on real leadership challenges along with actionable insights that you can use. My guest today is Uwe Dockhorn, a strategic evolution pioneer and what he calls the lifestyle liberator. Welcome to the podcast, Uwe.
Well, thank you for inviting me to your podcast. It's a pleasure being here with you today.
So Uwe helps visionary leaders validate the when and not just the how, turning early insights into confident coalition-powered action. He supported over 17,000 executive sessions across 3 continents and created transformative frameworks like the AIM experience, the Strategic Evolution Protocol, and the Strategify Bootcamp. His frameworks have driven up to a 29% increase in leadership effectiveness, documented in his white paper, The Future of Leadership. Uwe, I'm honored to have you here today, and I can't wait to dive into your insights on strategic timing, conviction, and coalition building. So just to kick things off, in a nutshell, what do you bring to leadership evolution?
Well, I think you already summarized it quite perfectly. So I help pioneer leaders and executives consistently seeing those strategic opportunities way out up to 18 months before their markets are ready. But they struggle with the critical question of when to move. And this is all about when over the how. And, this is it in a nutshell, so to speak.
So who benefits most from your services?
Yeah, those I work with are typically small, medium-sized enterprise leaders with 20 to 30 employees who've been burned before, typically, by moving too early. They know what they want to do and how to execute. They're professionals, but the timing question keeps them up at night, and that's crucial. Because through the AIM experience, one of my frameworks, I also work with their partners, their spouses, their life partners, because personal harmony directly enhances strategic timing intuition. And what's fascinating about that is that there's a connection that I've discovered between inner harmony and the ability to see around corners strategic.
My second question is, what's the core problem or challenge that you help them solve that stops them from being able to see around corners?
If I may, I want to dive into a little bit of my background. So
sure.
Because that is always the why is always interesting to get kind of like to the core problem. So I first noticed, pattern recognition, and the ability to have that at the age of 15 and working in our family coffee house, typical German coffee house, there we had 150 seats and, typical coffee house atmosphere. People come in the afternoon and they want to be served within 5 minutes and everybody wants to be satisfied. So you have to understand exactly when to do how and what. And especially the when is so crucial to all of that. And so that is what just sparked the interest in that. And the core problem here is, these leaders, they lose the confidence about their strategic timing decisions, because everything is about the right timing, after being burned by moving too early or too late in the past. And so they've shifted from trusting their instincts to second guessing everything. And that's also important is the isolation of carrying these when decisions alone. It's just crushing them. So when you're ahead of the spear, so it really is, if you really lead, you can feel alone and isolated. And so traditional advisors give them execution tactics, but leave them guessing on the timing issue. And so they need systemic validation, not just the gut feeling. And that's what this is about.
Okay. So what are the common symptoms that your clients experience when they encounter this challenge?
Well, typically, they have sleepless nights wondering, is this the right time to make my move? And also they face a lot of skepticism from their stakeholders about when to move. And so the board is questioning them every move. So they feel the pressure, of course, and also delaying decisions until market conditions become obvious. Often they're too late. And so they're constantly referencing, their past too early mistakes, and they feel like, they're the only one who are actually seeing the opportunity here. And that creates, again, the isolation around them.
Absolutely. I don't think anybody that I've worked with has not experienced those sleepless nights and that pattern of second guessing.
And it
So
also has this influence on their partners, on their life partners
absolutely,
directly.
absolutely. Can they please go to bed now? Can they please sleep? So what are the typical errors that people make, or how do they hold themselves back when attempting to address this problem or challenge on their own?
Sure, they try to solve timing through analysis alone without addressing also the harmony timing connection or developing systemic validation frameworks. So common mistakes are relying purely on gut feelings without validation systems, or
Okay.
seeking more data instead of better decision frameworks, making timing decisions in isolation instead of building coalitions, which is crucial, and focusing only on how to execute while ignoring when to move. So they're treating personal harmony as separate from their professional timing abilities, essentially.
Okay. So, from your experience, can you recommend a single powerful inspirational idea that can inspire someone to take action and to move beyond this challenge and deal with it?
I just mentioned it. It's the harmony effect, I call it. So when you
Okay.
achieve harmony across life domains, across, all areas, you develop an uncanny ability to see around corners and recognize the right moment for strategic moves. So it really starts within yourself. So, and this isn't mystical. It's based on pattern recognition research I did and my 17 plus years of executive sessions. Personal harmony clears the noise that clouds strategic timing perception. So it's really that inner confidence, that certainty that you can create, and that results in harmony. So I propagate also in the white paper you mentioned also earlier is work-life harmony is to become a great leader, you must first become a better partner at home. And so leaders who master this, they get this increase in leadership efficacy up to 29%. And it transforms also the burden of carrying these timing decisions alone into a more collective confidence.
Okay. So, I like to give my listeners a free action that they can follow. So, is there a free action that anyone who listens right now can take that will help them solve a similar challenge that they may face?
Absolutely. And I would invite everyone for a little exercise. And I call this the strategic timing pattern recognition exercise. I'm working
Okay.
on a better name for now, but it's a mouthful. So, but you can do that. So first, you have to document your last 5 major strategic decisions and their timing outcomes. Second, identify your personal harmony state during each of these decisions, stressed versus centered. Third, look for the pattern between your inner state and timing accuracy. Fourth, notice external pressures that pushed you toward premature action. That's crucial. It's the external pressure. And lastly, ask, what would validation have looked like before each decision? So spend 20 minutes on this today. The pattern will surprise you. And this is the foundation of systemic timing improvement, essentially.
Thank you. That sounds very helpful. My seventh question is there a free resource that you can direct people to that will also help them address this challenge? And I will blend the link to that into the video.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. Of course, just go to my website, uwedockhorn.com. That's uwedockhorn.com. Soon, depending on when this is going to be published, my second edition of my white paper, that'll be called Harmony Effect, Aim at the Right Moment, Why Fulfilled Leaders See Around Corners. So we're going to draw the conclusion and connecting the two elements of strategic timing validation and also the work-life harmony perspective in this white paper. So what they find is essentially academic research behind the harmony thinking connection, case studies of leaders who transform timing challenges into competitive advantages, and also my letting go and letting in methodology that enhances strategic perception and specific applications across different leadership contexts and generations.
Thank you. Look forward to checking that out myself. So, my final question is about authentic leadership. Now, authentic leadership is my specialty. It's what's really important for me. And I don't want to give a whole big definition of it, but just that for me, it means leading from a deep alignment with your core truths and your values. So, what does authentic leadership mean for you?
Well, you should have guessed it. So where my direction is heading. So I define authentic leadership as knowing first of all that what you said is really important, and it really comes from your internal work. But then also authentic leadership is knowing both when to move and how to bring others with you. So decisions become collective confidence rather than just isolated burden.
That's a very powerful point, because so many leaders believe that it's just about you. But if you are not able to bring people with you, you're not leading. And that's really what you just very powerfully just phrased.
So
Uwe, it
true.
was wonderful talking to you. Maybe we can do this again another time, but thank you very much, and all the best for the future.
Thank you so much. So remember, strategic timing isn't luck. It's learnable, and no leader should carry these decisions alone. As I always say, never too early, never alone.